بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. So moving on, we are now moving on to the 12th fasl or 12th type of mansubat, which is the ma and la, the ism of ma and la, which resemble laysa. Okay, not the ism, sorry, the khabar, my mistake. So this is the last one here. Okay, so the last mansub. Okay. So الفصل الثاني عشر ما ولا المشبهتين بليس. It's supposed to be khabar, but for some reason the word khabar is not there. Either I forgot to write it in or it's not in the text. So the khabar of ma and la mushabbahatain, you say here, which resemble laysa, which resemble. Huwa al-musnadu, meaning the khabar, that is the musnad ba'da dukhulihima, after the ma and la join or come on to the jumla ismiya, the khabar becomes a musnad. For example, ma zaydun qa'iman wala rajulun hadiran. So Zayd is not standing and wala rajulun hadiran. Okay. An example of this in the Quran is ma hadha bashara. So ma is nafiya, hadha bashara. This is the ism, and bashara is mansub, the khabar. And that's why it's mansub, because the same way the khabar of laysa is mansub, the khabar of ma is also mansub. Okay. Now he's mentioning here batal al-amal, meaning ma and la, they make the ism marfu and the khabar mansub. But in a few scenarios that are going to be mentioned here, the amal becomes batil, meaning there's no more amal. The khabar of ma and la will not be mansub if these conditions are not found. What's the condition? وَإِن كَانَ وَقَعَ الْخَبْرُ بَعْدَ إِلَّا. Okay? If the khabar occurs after illa. So for example, ma is nafiya, Zayd is the ism, and illa. So the khabar comes after illa. So in this scenario, we'll say qa'iman will not be mansub. For example, it comes in the Quran, وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ. And the reason is very simple. We said ma is mushabbaha bilaysa. It gives a negative meaning. When ma comes with illa, this illa is harfu hasrin. What is it? Harfu hasrin. It's no longer for, it's harfu hasrin, and this is also for hasr. It creates emphasis. Ma and illa together create emphasis. It's not creating a negative meaning. So because there's no negative meaning, it's no longer resembling laysa. Therefore, it will not have a nasab and its khabar. We just say this is mulghat. The amal is null and void. And Muhammadun mubtada, Rasulun khabar. Understood? So the first rule you have to remember is if there's an illa with the ma will not do amal. Second example, if the khabar taqaddama ala al-ism. So this is the khabar here, and the ism is here. If the khabar of ma comes before the ism of ma, batal al-amal, it will not make it mansub. And the third example, awzidat in. If we add extra in after ma, in zaida for emphasis. And this comes a lot in poetry, ma in. So because ma is nafiya, but because of the in, qa'imun remains qa'imun, it does not become qa'iman. So in these scenarios, if the khabar comes after illa, the khabar comes first, or there is in zaida after ma. In these three scenarios, batal al-amalu, the amal meaning making the khabar mansub will become null and void. Kama ra'ayta fil amthila, as you can see in here, here, and here. Okay? An example we have from the Quran is what? وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ إِلَّا رَسُولٌ. Okay? Now, one thing to remember is that we have to remember this rule, because this is how the Quran has been revealed on this lugha. And this is why, and this is Ahlul Hijaz. So Ahlul Hijaz is the western part of the Arabian Peninsula. So this is called Ma al-Hijaziyya. You will see this reference in some books. They say Ma al-Hijaziyya, the Hijazi Ma, meaning the Ma which Ahlul Hijaz make as an amil. So Ahlul Hijaz, they make the khabar of Ma mansub. As for Banu Tamim, who are in the eastern part, their dialect is, no, Ma does not do amal. Okay, so he says here, wa amma Banu Tamim, as opposed to Hijaz. So, what we done before was the language of the Ahlul Hijaz. And that's how the Quran has been revealed. So that's what we stick to. But Banu Tamim, فَلَا يُعْمِلُونَهَا أَصْلًا. So Banu Tamim, they do not let it do amal. They do not make the khabar of ma or la mansub in any case. كَقَوْلِ الشَّاعِرِ, like the sha'ir, he says, using or expressing the linguistics of Banu Tamim. It's very interesting here. Okay. He says, so he's talking to his friend, his mate, maybe, I don't know. I couldn't find this poem. I searched for it. Who said it to whom? I don't know. Was it a lady saying it to a male, her in those times, her boyfriend or her husband? Probably not husband, because after they get married and there's no more love. But probably, I don't know. You have all these stories in the Arabs. So one person said to another person, tell me where you're from. Tell me where you're from. Okay? So he said, I'll tell you where I'm from. And he explains it. So wa here is in the meaning of rubba. Okay, rubba. I.e. many. And that's why muhafhafin is majroor. Because rubba is a harfun jar. Okay, this is a harfun jar. So rubba muhafhafin, and muhafhaf means slim, slender. So many, a slim person. And how slim is he? Kalluhusni, like a branch. Qultu lahu intasib. I said to him, intasab yantasibu intisaban, to tell me your nasab, tell me your lineage, where you're from. They probably met one of those markets of the Arabian markets in those times. So he said, where are you from? I don't know who you are. Fa'ajaba. Okay, he said. So they're probably friends. And he said, fa'ajaba. He gave an answer. He didn't explicitly say, where are you from? I'm from here. He said a statement which Banu Tamim use to express I'm from Banu Tamim. It's like, for example, somebody asked me, where am I from? And I said, I suck my teeth. I said, you can't be joking, man. And I said, I put on a Barbadian accent. I don't have to tell him I'm from Barbados. I just suck my teeth and say, you know where I'm from? I said, oh, right, you're from Barbados. Straight away you can tell from the accent. Correct? So he said, I'll tell you where I'm from. And he says, Ma qatlul muhibbi haramu. If he was from Hijaz, what would he have said? Ma qatlul muhibbi harama. He said, bi raf'i haram. Do you understand? So if he was talking to his friend, so he said, Ma qatlul muhibbi haramu. So he made it marfu'. And who makes it marfu'? Which tribe makes it marfu'? Banu Tamim. So when he said intasib, he never said fa'ajaba ana min Bani Tamim. He said, I'll tell you where I'm from. Ma qatlul muhibbi haramu. And then he's also saying that you're asking because you love me or you like me, but ma qatlul muhibbi, to kill the one who loves, is not haram. It is haram, but meaning in pre-Jahiliyyah, look, if somebody's obsessed with somebody else, you have those, like psychopaths. You get those thriller books where somebody's over obsessed with somebody, stalkers, and they go murder them. So he says, well, that happens in love. So ma qatlul muhibbi haramu. It is haram. I'm just saying what he's quoted. So ma qatlul muhibbi haramu, killing the one who loves. If you want to be a psychopath, it's not it's haram. It's not haram. So he gave an answer by using the linguistics or the grammar of the Banu Tamim. So he told him basically, I am from Banu Tamim, without actually saying I'm from Banu Tamim. It's as if somebody put on the Tamim accent. Not the accent, but the grammar. Do you understand that? It's a bit extra, a bit of a note, a little, supposed to be a bit of enjoyment in the class. That's why he probably brought this in. Yes, but this poem I cannot find. I don't know who said it, where it was said, what context it was said in. Any questions? Yes, yes. Yeah, this poem, I couldn't find it. And the variations. Some have muhaffafin kal ghusni, some have muhaffafin, they have another word in here. So is variation in this. Some have ma qatlul. What's in your book? Ma qatlul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Some have the extra word. Some have a different word in here. But my copy of Hidayatun Nahw has this text. Okay? So again, I can't find it. I don't know who said it, what context it was said in. The variation in the words. Some have extras. The whole point is qatlul muhibbi haramu. That is marfu'. Have you understood? Right. One more point is that the ma hijaziyah, that's used in the Quran and it's used in text as well. The la, Ibn Hisham, he says, rahimahullah, that the la is khasun bi shi'r. You only get it in poetry. You don't get it in text. Okay, so you only find the la al-mushabbaha bilaysa in poetry. It does not come in normal day-to-day text. It's not used apart from poetry. So you will never come across, or you very, very, very seldomly, if you're lucky enough to read that many books, you may come across it once or twice in your life, apart from where it's discussed in the textbooks. But in normal poetry or normal text, you will not come across a la in the meaning of laysa, or doing the amal of laysa. Ma will come quite often. It also comes in the Quran. Okay? Any questions? Yeah, we stop here. Okay. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu